Test. Sounds good. Alright, so where we last left off, the party of adventurers had gone to Rom. Alright, so Rom is in civil war. It's divided into several factions. Nawab Erdenmore, your ally, is the Dwarven Arena faction. I wish I didn't inhale my soda right before this. That would really help. Alright, so, Erdenmore has announced that he's going to be holding the Big Games in 1 week's time. The Big Games are an event that is held every year where the grand champion of the arena comes out. So, everybody in town is excited for it. The rumors are flying about who's going to win. Everybody says that the betting is going to be intense. All of the viziers and noble nawabs will be out. Many people will be attempting to earn their fortune in the arena against the grand champion, whose name is Theocles, the Shadow of Death. A very powerful, half-giant gladiator. Erdenmore expects to make quite a lot of money during the big games. It's a huge event. He's going to send his Mansabdars out into the streets. The Mansabdars are delivering the message of the big games throughout the town. Occasionally, Erdenmore's Mansabdars are going to encounter other Mansabdars that serve different factions throughout the city that are not aligned with him. And they're going to get into skirmishes. Most of these skirmishes happen at the central market. The big circle marked with an E on the map. The circle market is a battlefield almost every day during the week. It's almost impossible to tell who works for who. Many sub-factions of sub-factions are involved, so if a battle happens, you might not know exactly who they're working for. So jumping in on one side or the other is futile because you don't know who you're helping. Everybody has a secret alliance, secret allegiances, and if you're not a local, you're probably not going to notice the local gang signs and colors and signals and symbols. Or the thieves' cant that they use. A lot of that is going to be kind of mysterious initially. But these criers are going around town. Make sure you arrive in time to see the great games. Theocles will slay many men. Yeah, all right.
Theocles? Who is he?
He's the grand champion of Rom.
Tell me about him.
Alright, well, everybody in town will tell you that Theocles is undefeated, that he has been the gladiator for many, many years. Some say that he's immortal, because he's taken wounds that would kill lesser men, and he doesn't die. You know from experience, your half-giant friend, Taurus Maximus, has tremendous health and has taken terrible wounds and not died, so half-giants are all like that. Theocles, the unkillable. A tremendously powerful warrior. They'll tell you that he uses 2 gladiuses that are magically enchanted. They're called the ancient Daimakari blades, and they're sized for a giant. And they've killed many men. Some people say that they're sentient, that they're living things that thirst for blood. He also wears the Baltius of Unyielding Flesh, which is a magical armor. Nobody knows exactly what it does, but it's said that wounds or attacks that should hit him have glanced off, based purely on his muscle. Taurus would really love this. He simply flexes really hard, and just the hardness of his muscle adds to his armor class and deflects blades as if he is uncuttable.
Sadly, I can't just gate spell him here. That'd be cool.
So he says, Theocles can be hit with crushing weapons. He can be stabbed with spears. He can be slashed with swords. Nothing will cut his mighty meat. Although he's covered in many scars, nobody has felled him.
Sounding sexual right
A little bit.
But
So-
isn't all wrestling homoerotic at the end of the day?
Yes. Turkish wrestling. They often stick their thumb up the other guy's ass.
So he has legendary
grappling
presence.
It's a grappling position.
He's incredibly intimidating and dangerous. Ooh, he's got a +9 performance, so he does put on a good show. So everybody in town will tell you that Theocles is legendary around here, but he only comes out to fight once a year at the big games. That's why it's such an event. He's semi-retired at this point.
Hmm. What to do with this information? How can we beg this to our advantage?
I know that Oren wanted to go back into the sewers and find the thief. Want to have a conversation with them.
Yeah, finding thieves is not hard. This town has a lot of thieves.
We haven't spoke to the merchant house yet.
Yep. House McKay, you have not.
Yeah, do we want to go and speak with the House McKay before this? And then before Oren joins us back? When is this event happening?
In 1 week's time.
Oh, so we still have some time.
Yep, so you're sort of in a week of downtime where you can hang out in the city here and sort of explore and meet NPCs.
Okay.
Let me open up my Dune Trader book. House McKay, chief house of the troubled city of Rom. House McKay maintains a precarious balance between the reviled viziers and the restive populace. The house's reputation has fallen somewhat in recent years due to the near anarchy in Rom. They fall back on their vast cash reserves to see it through. They hire a lot of mercenaries. House Vorden and House Salaxa have been applying pressure on House McKay, urging it to join the rebels seeking to overthrow the viziers.
Oh, right, hang on, I remember now. The conclusion we came to last time was that we probably want the dwarf in charge, or some other guy.
Erdenmore, the arena faction.
I want to see that guy later. Yeah, I think that was a pretty universal decision.
All right. So House McKay is being pressured to join the rebels. But so far they have not. They're not going to fall to outside influence from other merchant houses. They're going to find their own way.
Oh, is that what they're saying right now?
That's the rumor.
Okay. They're not looking to cause any issues.
They haven't made a move yet. They haven't chosen a side.
So what's the plan, gang? How are we going to split our influence?
So I had an idea to do the week of downtime as a carousing event, and I want everybody to roll a dice. So let me get a pen and paper and write some of this down.
I'm gonna hire. If we do that, I'm gonna hire a bard. I'm gonna need a bard to help me with with charisma to help to sell the idea.
No, no, I know you want to game it a little bit to get a high roll, but like there's a benefit to getting a low roll too. So
Okay.
I would recommend that you just try and see what you get.
Alright.
So everybody roll me a charisma check and tell me what you get.
9.
It's Oren.
Just a
Oh,
flat
holy shit! 19.
19 for Grimorn. Very good.
I rolled a natural.
Yeah, I'm not taking that actually. Re-roll power of luck. Much better, 18.
18. Very good. I rolled for Oren. He'll be glad I did because I rolled a nat 20.
Oh, thanks.
Oh, you're here. Very good. What's your charisma modifier?
I think it's +0. I'm gonna pull it up here.
Okay, so 20 is correct.
Yep.
All right. So, during the week of downtime, while you're waiting for the big games to come around, everybody gathers information as a carousing activity. So, you all sort of break up and you explore a little bit to try to get a feel for the town of Rom. It's a dangerous place, but you're all very powerful, so none of you is like really at risk against most of the things that are happening here. But you'll see fights, you'll see skirmishes, you'll see roughhousing and thievery going on in town. You'll also see a lot of sadness, plague, sickness, grieving, misery, slavery, a variety of terrible situations are playing out everywhere that you look here in town because they're at a very low point in history and things are rough. So, Morg, while you're out exploring, you're going to see that there's a riot that breaks out, and a bunch of people in the riot are screaming, "Down with the corrupt viziers! Rum for the Romite workers! Strike! Strike!" And they're marching in the streets, and there's a huge number of them, hundreds maybe, and they seem to be coming from different areas. Some of them are coming from the low quarter. They seem to be the homeless, the downtrodden, maybe escaped slaves, the lowest caste in society, maybe even some people that deal with dead bodies who are like really disrespected in Rom. You also see a lot of dusty people that are coming out of the flint quarries. So this is really affecting the business of Rom, the flint markets, the artisans, the merchants that deal in flint and make weapons. They're all going to be hit pretty hard by this workers' strike and the rioting. Now, in addition to the rioting, there is a bit of a counter to that. You will see that some Templars are out, and the Templars are usually backed up by dwarves and mulls that are in the service of Erden Moore. So it seems like Erden Moore and the Templars have an arrangement, and they've got a little bit of a martial law going on where they're at different points on street corners keeping an eye out for rioters. And when they spot these rioters, they go in for the kill. They've got bludgeoning weapons that are like batons, and they just start wailing on people's shins and shoulders, cracking skulls, and trying to break up the strike. But the workers are undeterred, and this goes on for days and days. So that's what Morg sees.
Are they actually killing them or just trying to knock them out?
It's intimidation. violent intimidation. So it's not with intent to murder. All right. Ring sight.
Yeah.
All right. Ring sight. You encounter a pair of viziers. You're in the official quarter, and these viziers are diplomats, bureaucrats. They work in government here, and they're very interested in asking you questions about Tyr, since you're from far, far from Rom, and they don't know the inner workings of Tyrian society very well. They'll ask you about the nobles that you know. They'll ask you a little bit about the Veiled Alliance. And at some point in the conversation, they'll say, "Have you heard that Marham will appear before his masses during the big game?"
I kind of figured Marham would be involved in this.
Marham is the human guy, okay.
He's the human demagogue who I'm thinking is behind these riots. He's kind of a crime
Will
lord.
he now?
Everybody will be there. Nawab Marham will make an appearance. He is very popular. Surely they will ask him to make a speech at the games.
And remember that we have
Curious.
Nawab Shiala is going to make an appearance at these games as well. Remember that last week.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Nawab
Okay.
Shiala in the flesh.
Where does he hang out usually?
In the sewers?
Nawab Marham is a vizier, and he lives in the palace.
Oh, wait, what? I thought you said his hideout. Well, okay, where he actually lives is in the palace, but his what was it? His thieves guild, I guess it was. I was following.
So, Nawab Marham is a politician. So think of him like a corrupt politician that,
Right.
the Thieves Guild is the crime syndicate that he orchestrates as this like populist politician. So he is like the face that is public and legal, and he protects
Right.
the gangs and the criminals through his political action.
Right.
So it's reciprocal. These gangs also support him in his politics as well. So he's able to strong arm people and rob his rivals and various things like that.
Right.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna send a psychic message to Butterfly and tell him to come over here, but invisibly.
Okay.
I want them nearby. I sense the pieces of power moving.
All right. Well, the logistics of it flying in are not hard, but where you're going to keep it, that becomes more difficult. So you're going to have to be very careful about your movements if it's following you, or you're going to have to tell me where you park it in a safe location.
What?
Do you want to bring it to the palace? There's large rooms there. You've already rented one.
I want it to kind of stay at the arena where the fighting is going to eventually happen.
There's a lot of people moving through the arena most of the time, so that's a semi-dangerous area.
Isn't there some high point he can stand on?
I mean, it's a possibility that he could just perch on a wall somewhere if you want.
Alright, sure.
All right, you can just have him fly up on top of the gate or something. We'll say he's close to
Yeah.
B on the map there. It's by the Royal Barracks.
That aside...
So these are
Here's
contacts. These are contacts that you've made. These two viziers. So you can ask them for a favor if you need to at some point, because they like you a lot, because you're answering their questions.
Here's my dilemma. I want this guy to die, but if he's dead, the gang wars will just scatter, and all that useful momentum will go to waste. It needs to be someone who can... Oh, now I know what question to ask. Hey, do these two know of any similarly popular political figures with the lower classes?
Nobody is as popular as Marham. So they make it
Yeah.
clear. They make it clear that
Oh.
Marham is such a populist that most people think that he is easily going to be the next king of Rom. It's contested because Erden Moore wants the throne as well, but people say that Marham is the clear popular candidate for it, and many people would be heartbroken if he were to get assassinated. So there's a lot of positive sentiment for him, especially among the humans, maybe the moles.
Need some way to disable him without. Okay, I think I have an idea of what I'm doing now. I'll end my turn.
Okay. So, Crius. When Grimorn goes out into the city and begins seeking information.
Yeah. I think it would be looking into the clerics and the Templars.
Yes. So, you are met with a pair of Templars. And the Templars are going to say, "To arms! The strikers are rioting in the low quarter again!" And when they see you, they're going to approach and they're going to say, "High Cleric Grimorn, we have heard of your exploits. We have heard you are mighty. Would you help us to put down these strikers that are rioting in the low quarter?"
What are they rioting about?
What aren't they rioting about? I guess we'll find out when we get there. We're said to be outnumbered.
I can see if I can help.
Okay, so you follow the Templars as they travel into the low quarter. They're going to be met by a division of Mansubdars that they've hired to work as their bodyguards. So Wedge of Mansubdars is pressing into the crowd with the two Templars and you in the formation behind it, protected by the Wedge. And the rioters and strikers are angered, and they're saying, "We need better pay, and our food is disgusting and spoiled. Our bread is full of weevils." And so the strikers are throwing Molotovs at the Mansubdars, who are holding up their wooden shields. And of course, fire and wooden shields don't mix, so it causes a conflagration. There's fire and burning shields and smoke and screaming and people getting clubbed.
I use my powers to bring down the flames.
Okay. You put out some of the fire. The Templars and the Mansubdars are subduing the violence. The strikers are saying chants about how their food quality is terrible and their pay is too low to meet their needs.
I'll use thaumaturgy to raise my voice so people can hear me. And I'll yell, "Stop this turbulence. Let me hear what you have to say. Who is then leading this manifest here?"
It's an unruly mob. Extends many streets in various directions, all the way across town and into the quarry.
Okay. Is there anyone that are like organizer in all this?
Yeah. If you ask around, nobody can give you an answer. It seems as if it's spontaneous. Everybody is suffering because of the civil war and the lack of food.
I want to listen a little bit more to what they got to say in the crowd there.
All right.
I want to ask questions about who's paying them, and also I want to spread the word too that we've been helping a lot lately with the food, and the food should get better since the rats have been purged quite a bit in the city.
All right. You talk to some people from the low quarter who have been helped by you using your medicines and your healers from the airship, and they're very thankful. And they're going to tell you in hushed whispers that, let's see. Well, hang on. I'm going to have to think about this for a bit. We're going to say that you've got a contact in the low quarter. but I have to do some research about what they can tell you and what they would know. So hold that thought. I'm making a note that you've got this contact for later.
I'm sure there's a few lives we've saved.
I'll come back to it. Hold that thought.
Okay.
Okay. Oren.
I
Skywell.
don't know what I want to do. I keep thinking. I've put so much thought into Rom, like just hours and hours outside of the table, trying to figure out what to do with Rom, and I'm trying not to be so disgusted with Nawab Shiala, with my own agents, with just the whole mess.
Everyone's contemptible.
I really am. Like, I just have a hard time feeling anything but just revulsion for this city at this point.
Just because the land is rotten doesn't mean it can't be renewed.
Yes, but I'm having a real difficulty with my my motivation at this point. Like where we had left off last time, it seemed like the resolution was to go with Erdenmore. And we know from our intel that Nawab Marham is a piece of shit. But Oren identifies with the plight of the people. Like, he wants to join into the rest of the mob. He wants to be part of that. And yet, he's just so conflicted. Oren is so freaking conflicted right now. He just feels he has no idea what to do at this point. I'll say that telepathically I don't know what to do. I don't know who to support.
If you ask me, I'm going to tell you. I think you should go and speak with the dwarves and the leader of the dwarves.
I mean, I suppose didn't we already? I thought we.
We have, but you weren't there when we had that conversation with him.
No, and that's fair.
And he might be able to. He might sound, and at least for me, it seemed to be a little bit more level-headed, and had personal ambition, but he had a good and better vision so far for the city.
Well, I suppose what that means is, like, okay, I guess the solution would be to be an outside influence that sways public opinion for Erdenmore, which by itself is an uphill battle. I mean, why would a local Ramite want to look to us for anything? And why, like, to think that we weren't hired by Erdenmore's probably rather vast wealth, considering his economic position, I don't know. I'm just very, very conflicted at this point.
All right, go and speak with them. That's your best option. If you don't know, maybe talk to the people you haven't spoken yet. There has to be somebody with a better vision. And to be honest, it's not our city. Like, it's not gonna be perfect, but it's better than a Sorcerer King. It's better than a global conflict. And to be honest, I'm not going to be myself on the side of those that are constantly using the trouble in the city to their own benefit.
But here's the problem that I have, based on the conversations. And look, I will go talk to Nawab Erdenmore, but based on the conversations that I've had, that we've had so far, this does not seem to be like the Bandit Kingdoms. The Bandit Kingdoms, at least, seem to have, I don't know, some some minor interest in speaking together. These three, the Nawabs, and then also you've got the Templars, which I would almost just assume off back that the Nawab Erden Moore basically has the tacit support of the Templars. Yeah.
So the arena is the moneymaker of the
Right.
town, and the Templars are the law enforcement of the town. So they do
Right.
have a collaborative relationship where the Templars are just doing police duty,
Right.
and Erdenmore is bringing in a lot of money to the town, which they need, and Erdenmore hires them as guards a lot of the time. So he's basically paying them for
Yeah.
their services. So they're
And
sort
here
of
we
like
are
the
outside.
the most official mercenaries in town, you could say.
Right. But here we are, an outside force, basically trying to promote the man. Promote the rich. You know, 1 or 10 percenters here. Because
So
they seem to have the most level head on their hands. It seems.
so
I
Grimorn,
guess I need to talk to Marham. I don't know.
Grimorn, the peasant that you were talking to in the low quarter, I found the thing that
Yep.
they say. So they're going to tell you that Marham is very benevolent and has been helping the poor people in the low quarter. He has expanded his food distribution. He's giving out food to people, but he's not just giving food to people. His agents have been sort of rabble rousing and saying that the viziers are behind the low quality of the food that the poor people in the low quarter have been getting. It's making everybody very angry. So maybe those.
Is there suspicion of them doing this on purpose to cause more trouble in the city?
Well, that does seem to be what's going on. Is that Marham is provoking these riots behind the scenes?
You know what? Here, actually, I don't. There's not a whole lot that I need to hear more from Erdenmore. I mean, especially based on what I've heard from you. Here's where I'm at. I need to hear from Marhan, and out of character, I basically have to test to make sure that what I've been told by like Ninja, like out of character, is actually like the reality of what Orin experiences. Because if he is actually just like a kleptocrat and just organizing the people against their best interests, then well, that helps me seal the deal. But Orin is gonna be open to the idea. Everything that it seems Marham is doing, Orin's gonna buy into that like crazy. Orin's gonna really be vulnerable to those kinds of moves. Like these are the kinds of things that Orin is having some of his agents do in several cities, across the tablelands. The kind of Robin Hood, steal from the rich, give to the poor. Will give to their own agents in large fashion, but also to the poor or to the Veiled Alliance. So I don't know. What I need to do is find out just how real, how effective, or is it just lip service that he's politically able to amplify with his prowess, or is he really causing a benefit for the poor people? Like, Orin's going to be interested in that.
Can I send you a message while I'm speaking? Like after I spoke with the people I've been talking to in the crowd.
Our telepathic link spans far.
I would like to ask you if you could send some of your spies that you have in the city and see if there's been some meddling in the food distribution and the food production from is it Moran you said, the ninja?
Marham.
Marham. Apparently they are the people distributing the food to the low quarter. but they
Right.
might actually be sabotaging it by giving them low quality and maybe spoil food to cause just more trouble in the city. People are revolting out here, and they're looking
For
for some help.
Yeah, for what my agents here are worth, I absolutely will. I'm pretty sure I've seen a few of them in the crowd here, but I absolutely will.
Well, according to Grimorn's contact, the agents of Marham are giving out better quality food than than what is available in the low quarter most of the time now.
Right.
Uh,
I picked it up from the first time. Yeah.
I'd like to ask him too, like, are they providing weapons and other means to cause more problem?
Well, the rabble rousing, I would
Yeah.
buy that, but I mean, Molotov
Warhammer
cocktails
is
are kind of expensive.
It's
Dorm,
usually
right? Or-
it's usually only in times of war when weapons are doled out to the citizens of Rom. So most people are not armed with anything more than a club.
Alright, so standard like farming tools and stuff like that.
So it's frowned upon to use blades against people within the city. The Templars would go after you. It's a crime to assault people under normal circumstances.
I want
So-
to see. I want to see if maybe we can help bring down the tension. And can I bring back the clerics in to help from the ship?
The clerics of Badna.
No, my our clerics off of our battleship.
I thought they were already in the low quarter helping.
If they're but they've been curing a lot of people and stuff like that. If they're available, maybe they can do some purify food
Okay.
and try to help with the present food and to inspect what comes in and stuff like that.
All right. Yeah, they will definitely attempt to fix some of the low quality food. It's just old. It's spoiled.
Yeah, but
The poor people in town, they unfortunately don't have very good nutrition.
no, but if we can appease them a little bit. Like, I don't know what kind of stock we have. Like, I don't think we can solve their problem, but maybe we can make it a little bit better for them now.
All right.
This city needs new governance.
Well, it's similar to most of the other cities in the Tablelands. The nobles are not very good for the people.
The status is not quo, and I just need to rule it.
All right, so you were keeping track of time. You can add 7 days to your time tracker.
Yeah, I took them off already.
But before we do the big game event, I just want to ask, does anybody want to go to a location or do something during that week?
Well, any chance that is, I don't know, Oren's spies, would they have a little bit of time during that time to try to figure out or infiltrate and feed them some information? The other thing too, we had the option there to go talk to the House McKay and also to speak with, try to meet with Maran, that guy, at the Thieves Clan or at the palace. Like, I don't think we had a conversation with them. And I don't know if Oren wants to give it a try and speak with the dwarf.
The dwarf, I kind of know what he's going to say. There's not much that I think I'm going to learn from that conversation.
All right.
I think that we're pretty much there with our understanding of who he is, what he is, and what he does. Unless there's something nefarious that we don't know about, which maybe I could go ahead and investigate a little bit, but what would be the motive for that? Like, why would he hurt his own like, everything that he's getting good out of the situation seems to be in plain view. What is not obvious is Nawab Marham. And
Yeah. Okay, well, he would be probably the best to go and talk to because we haven't spoken to him yet.
right. So that's
We
the one
haven't
that
been
I
able
would
to.
put my energy towards.
Do you get any of you guys have like Zone of Truth as a spell?
I guess not. You can memorize it, can't you? It's a cleric spell.
After that, we'll go and take a look. or use it if I do have it.
So, Skybolt, during the week, Orin makes a couple of contacts. They are priests of Badna that are hanging out in the palace area.
Okay.
And you're going to overhear these priests, and they're talking about a fallen priest. One of them says, I heard that Akuram is wanted for arson. And the other one says, that despicable fallen priest, he has forsaken the vows of Badna. To set fire to things is criminal activity. I hope the Templars catch him.
That's my kind of guy.
All right.
So you
I do have
still
Zone of
get
Truth. It's a second level. All right.
I wrote that Akram is a fallen priest, and what was the other part of what they were talking about? Why is he a fallen priest?
So, Akuram was a former priest of Badna. Badna's a made-up god and doesn't really exist.
Yeah.
Akuram is a heretic. He has forsaken his vows to Badna, and he has begun setting fire to things. So they've banished him, and they're hunting him for his crimes.
Especially like shrines or things for Badna.
Oh yeah. As a heretic, he might vandalize one of the shrines of Badna in town sometime.
Okay, that might be an important person to find.
These count as contacts that you can rely on from a carousing roll.
Okay.
2 priests of
these
Badna.
These two priests of Badna. So 2 priests of Badna contacts. Okay.
Long, I didn't hear you if you spoke up. That's unfortunate. Let me look at what it says here. So I'm going to spend 8 hours 2 times a day as a ceremony to bless the crops and wild herb growth to double their growth for 14 half-mile radius zones. Crazy. All right. Morg, I hope you can hear me. I wasn't able to hear you earlier. So you're going to be joined in your exploits by the local night elf druid, Tavine the druid, an elf of the Night Runner tribe. She will be very impressed with everything that you're doing. And she'll definitely become a bit of a nuisance because she just will not leave your side. She is like your biggest fan. She'll want to know all about you, where you come from, what it's like being the High Druid, what sort of wild shape forms you can take. Tavine is completely interested and even maybe romantically interested. She's enamored. And so she's going to probably spend a lot of the week following you around while you do that.
I wanted to ask, so of my contacts, I was going back over my notes here. Suresh of the Veiled Silk, she is a speaker of the circle. Wait, are these all from Ram? Okay, she's from Nibene, a former pleasure house maiden with unmatched social reach, knows who hates whom and why. Because the 12 agents from Ram, the 12 contacts that I had from Ram from that, year of downtime.
Yeah.
Over a month was here. And so,
I didn't have any specifics on them, so I sort of generated the details here.
I figured, but if she's a pleasure house madam, she has unmatched social reach. Basically, what I want to check in with her is just how legitimate, like. Okay, I'm trying to parse what I hear about Nawab Marham now with the assumptions that you've given in a sort of off-table explanations or something like that, metagame out of game explanations of who Nawab Marham is. I'm trying to match that. I don't know quite what to take from this, right? So I'm leaning into my contacts to see, you know,
Okay. Well, Suresh, she can tell you that the viziers come to her all the time, and Marham is favored to be the next king. But
even by the viziers.
yeah, among the viziers, the majority of them favor Marham.
So the viziers and the common folk seem to, huh?
But it is contested because he doesn't have the most military forces in town. That would be Erdenmore, the dwarf. They have the most Mansubdars and the most experienced gladiators, so as a fighting force, they outmatch any other force in town. So Marham couldn't just announce himself king without being sort of like a paper tiger on the throne.
You know, maybe actually. So I'll take my leave of Suresh and thank you. Maybe what I need to do, Ringsight. I need to get to know the heart of Nawab Marham. Could you write his dreams and find this information?
Oh, that's a good idea.
He has to go to sleep.
That is a really good idea. Do you want to do that, Ringside?
I did, but I couldn't think of any way to get him to go to sleep, so I put it to one side.
Well, we're doing a week of downtime, so he's going to sleep once every day.
Then yes.
All right, let's see. So you go into the dream world using the dream stone.
You can come with me, Skylo.
Oh, yes, please.
All right. You fall asleep, and you are pulled into the dream realm. It's surreal. It's like a lucid dream. You feel like you could do almost anything using only your imagination. Your clothing and appearance will shift depending on what you're thinking about.
I have a question.
Yeah.
When we do this, do we need to be like physically close, kind of like Shadowrun, where we have to be like by the noble district to buy Marham to make this work very well, or we can be wherever?
The Dreamstone is a powerful artifact. It has unknown range. It can affect people within miles and miles of it. So, you could definitely get Marham.
Okay.
All right. So using the Dreamstone, you investigate during the week, and you seek out Marham. And Marham has big dreams. He has really big dreams about being the big king in town. And so most of his dreams, when you find them, are going to be dreams about riches and fame and fortune and the prosperity of Rum and how beloved he's going to be by the people. You get the feeling that it's all very narcissistic, and there's no mention of the squalor and poverty and sickness of the little people. He's mostly, in his dreams, thinking about the riches and the crown.
I think I shall send him a nightmare.
Okay.
What? Well, I can't do anything about this. This is speed of thought, so
All right. You
I
begin
can't stop.
you begin to twist his
Specifically-
dreams. How so?
All right. I'm gonna Ebenezer Scrooge his arse.
That's
Step 1. I'm gonna start invoking child imagery to try to get in his brain and figure out why the frick he's like this.
Ah. Well, as a vizier from a young age, he was pampered and lived a life of prosperity and riches. He never wanted for anything. He always had hundreds of slaves and servants, and everybody obeyed his every whim. Nobody could ever say no to him. He had a villainous father who was quite strict and merciless with the slaves and would send many to die in the arena if they displeased him.
Okay. Then why does he need the money now then? So bad. Why does he want to be the king so much? He seems like he has everything he wants.
Power for power's sake. It's bad to be at the low end.
Alright, time for a slight shift of perspective. I gotta go off script a bit. Let's see here. How to do this? If I can, I'm going to try to, like, shift his brain's perspective so he's gotta be stuck with his dream orphans away from his dream castle as they all starve.
All right. So, encroaching on his dreams of riches and wealth and power are going to be the sunken faces of the sickly children of Ram begging for a handout. And he'll scream in his nightmares, "But I do send food to the poor." Okay, so he doesn't understand why he's cursed by the feelings of guilt, because he screams that he does. And by the report of the people from the low quarter, he has been giving out high quality food to the poor. But those nightmares persist. All right.
No, I mean, but why are they starving then in the dream? If he's so confident, eh?
Right?
I didn't conjure this out of nowhere.
That might unsettle him, for sure.
He doesn't have policy. He just has half thoughts. But that's okay. These aren't things that I probably actually I can figure that out. I have a brain thing now. I have a high intelligence nowadays.
Hello, Scarecrow.
If I only had a brain. Okay, so I just get to see this. I don't necessarily have much of an ability to, send him nightmares or
Oh, you
whatever.
can make requests. I'm open to suggestions.
I'm thinking Sisyphus. I'm thinking like he has the crown, but then he loses it, because he can't hold on to it. People, keep on asking for more and more, and if he always has to do everything himself and doesn't.
Oh, okay. I like this plan more actually. He's narcissistic. He thinks it's gonna be a cakewalk. He'll just keep eating the riches. All right, new plan. I am going to show him.
That could be tomorrow's nightmare.
Okay. I'll let him stay with this one first.
Yeah.
Oh. Away, my pixie friend.
While we're dreaming, shall we visit?
We might as well visit the others, actually, now that you mention it.
I mean, if we can find Shiala, I don't know how well this works, but Ardemore and Shiala, I mean, I feel like Shiala gave us her true intentions as bare as possible. Ardemore, I would expect not much different, but at the behest of Grimorn, he asked that we speak to him. This is fun enough for my sakes. How does this work? How do we just think of a person and we arrive in the doorstep?
Yeah, we gotta go locate we gotta travel the dreamscape and go locate their physical form.
So who do you go for next?
Well, I know where the dwarf is, so I'll do that.
All right.
Actually, while I'm over here, what the heck is Butterfly dreaming about?
Butterfly is dreaming about eating delicious meats, hunting, and flying.
Yet, I don't know what I expected. Alright, off to the dwarf. What short dreams does he have?
All right.
Wow.
You inspect the
Crazy.
dreams of Nawab Erden Moore. All right. Nawab Erden Moore, master of the Iron Arena. He's got dreams that are unsettled. He's worried about various things. In his dreams, he's dealing with arrangements for the big games. And he's dealing with the demands of the many viziers who are all asking for their own people to have a chance against his champion. And he has to appease each of these different viziers. In his dream, he's unhappy about it. He doesn't like having to deal with all of these pampered nobles. He'd much rather deal with gladiators and half-giants and moles and stuff. But But he needs the support of each and every one of these viziers, and they're all looming over him with demands at all times, and he just seems really stressed out in his dream. And in his dream, people are coming to him with reports, and his desk is just piling up with reports of skirmishes and attacks on his forces.
This man
He
is
too does not like the actual work of doing governance.
Oh, he hates it. He hates it so much.
But the thing is, crucially, he's actually doing it, right? Like, if we were looking for competence, if we're looking for someone who actually cared, this is exactly, the taking on power is a burden. It's a mantle that weighs heavy. Heavy as the crown, they say.
I'm gonna use the dream power to take the form of a dwarf and talk to him in his dreamscape.
Okay.
Huh. Okay.
And I'll ask, so, is it worth it?
That's a good one. That's a good one. Oh my god.
He stares off into the distance and he says, I can't become a tyrant crushing the poor.
But are you ready to accept the burden of the crown?
For the good of
Just,
Rom.
like, infinitely longer lines.
Oh fuck. Fuck with like 8Ks. Oh my god.
For the good of Rom.
You've chosen wisely. And then I'll just piss off into the distance.
Alright.
Alright, well, I think we found our primary contender.
Shit.
Told you guys.
You did.
We do need to find that well, actually, no. Elves don't sleep, so I can't check her dreams. Unless...
And we don't need to anyway. Look.
I don't know. And is that a fact? I think they might sleep in this world.
Okay, so something interesting happens when you think of Shiala in the Dreamstone. You only sense shadows. The more you think about her, the deeper those shadows grow, and the closer to the shadows that you get, the more dangerous it feels.
Whoa.
Yeah, she can't be trusted.
Can I try something to influence the shadows?
Alright.
Huh.
Is that like a check, or how does this work?
What do you try?
I will...
Does it feel like there's even a presence, like an elven or humanoid presence there?
No, you can't sense any person in the shadow.
I'm gonna turn into an elf, and I'll
Oh my fucking
call her name.
goodness.
Yeah, there's no response. Just darkness.
Oh my fucking god.
Okay.
What poetry?
Especially this is at night too.
Uh-oh. I disconnected from the table for some reason.
Yes, you did. The table's still up. Everybody's still there. So.
Yeah, just me.
The Night Runner elves. It's
Have we ever met Shiala before? We did, right? We talked to
only
her.
her shadow.
Yeah, we spoke
No.
to her autogram.
We only met
In a
her
person.
shadow, but that's all she fucking is. There is
what-
no there.
What
Did
do you mean? I'm
catch-
confused.
Did you not understand what Ninja just said about
No, I
the
did not. I'm
the
confused.
dream here? That's all Shiala is. Do you not feel this negative presence? You might know it better than I.
I
This is
thought it
not-
was that she was an elf or something.
He's a nightmare creature.
Did-
Yeah, let me
thank
try
you.
something. I'm gonna
Ding,
use
ding,
the dreams
ding.
on a different elf.
Oh, someone else from the clan?
I don't particularly care. I'll aim at any elf.
Okay. You
Promo-
go into
I
the
promote
dreams
everyone.
of other Night Runner elves in the town.
Okay, she is different then. What the frick?
Yeah. Yeah.
So is she like soulless? What does this mean?
You'll find that
Probably
you'll find that a number of the elves are psionically protected, and you can't enter their dreams.
But did that result in the darkness?
we can't enter their dreams. They're protected. They have.
Yeah, but when I
like
can't
tortures.
enter their dreams, does that equal darkness, or is the darkness something that only happens when I try to do it to her?
It seems
fair.
like a similar but different effect. Like, you've encountered people that are wearing a magic item that blocks any kind of psionic contact. That's what this feels like with the regular Night Runner elves. Shiala feels like that plus. So, like, not only is she blocking any psionic interaction or divination that might find her, but there is a danger attached to attempting to divine her. So if you look for her using divination magic or psionics, you run the risk of being attacked by shadow things in the darkness. And so she's got powerful psychic defenses there.
Well
So
darn.
maybe we had to, spar with some of these shadow creatures, this nightmare realm creatures already, or
Yeah,
dodge
I'm
them.
good, thanks, actually.
So it did feel similar to when you acquired your daggers, when you were in the blackness, the dark realm,
In the
The
gray.
gray?
in the gray. But like this is beyond the gray into the black. This is that sense of
wow.
eldritch horror in the deep darkness.
It's
What
like
frick kind of defense system is this?
very very similar to the other elves that we met.
Bloody Shadowfell Plus?
That's exactly it.
Yeah, they live in the rift.
Oh, I wanted her to work so bad, but now.
I told you, never trust an elf.
What did dang it, I don't
don't
like
hear it.
hearing that line, because it's said by like a freaking racist Warhammer dwarf character to a larger degree than normal.
But this is serious. And now, when she says she's going to show up bodily to the inauguration of the games, now I wonder if we need to be ready for combat when that happens. If she's going to make a play for the crown, maybe she already knows. Shoot. None of this should have been said in the dream world nearby here. Time to wake up.
Okay.
Okay. I think it's alright, I think I've come to the decision. Murham can be saved, probably, and maybe he can enter some kind of pact with more. The Night Runner elves have to go. I'm sorry.
Have
The
to
Kingdom
go,
of Man,
yes.
Elf, and Dwarf was nice in theory, but in practice, the Night Fears have to go.
But I clasp you on your shoulder and make direct eye contact. And look, we may have to. I think she already knows. I think she knows that we know at this point. Anything that powerful, and us brushing up against her in the dream realm, I fear that she knows that we know who she is now, or what she is. If there even is a she. How many days do we have until the games begin?
Well, I was about to go to it like next, so it's gonna be the end of the week of downtime, and then the big game happens, and that's kind of
So
where
we'll
we're
say
at in the
tomorrow.
story. I
We'll
was
just say it's tomorrow.
I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to go places and talk to people and do stuff during the week if you want to, but when everybody's satisfied that they've done what they want, then we would go to the arena.
Well, if you give me a day, I'm gonna go nuts. If you give me a day before the games, it's time to go crazy with this.
I do
Like
want to
full-on assassin, like a full-on assassin style.
I want to send a message to no. I want
Or
to.
do,
Hold on,
or
wait,
do,
we're-
or do
hold
you
on.
want to
We're
prepare
awake. We're
and maybe
awake.
try to attempt to do that at the games?
Rank
Use
said
that,
no,
use
no.
that as a spectacle, to win favor even more.
The spectacle is going to be the deaths of Ramites. I feel it may be too late if we don't act now, before her full plan, whatever her plan may be, that comes to fruition. It may be too. Now, look, if you're hoping that she, happens to go after Marham, great. But what if she kills Erdemore in her coup attempt?
We have revivification.
Oh my god.
All I'm saying is, there's nothing that strikes quite as hard in endearing yourself to the populace than returning their leader from the grave in the name of your god.
That's true, but
We also don't have anything on her yet, and I don't want to make the first strike. I want to catch her in the act, not just say, hey, we tried to invade your dreams and shadow horrors attacked us, so that means you're probably evil and now it's time to die.
but a presence like that might have powers beyond even our ken.
Perhaps, but in that case, I don't want to try to go after her now while she just woke up, probably. I think we should just be prepared, and I think the airship should be over the arena, but like high enough in the sky to not be visible.
I am full of trepidation and fear about this event.
I'm gonna pat you on the shoulder and say, listen, it will be alright. We're the heroes of Tyr, aren't we?
Oh my god. So that's your plan? Just to wait and see what she does? With
No, of course not. That's why I stationed Butterfly over the arena.
What if we turn this tournament into a public court?
what
Possibly.
what are you talking about? What do you mean by that?
And present what these criminals have been doing and causing for issues in the city and turn them against them.
I don't know who that's going to surprise except for, well, maybe the
I think we need to leave our options open and keep our eyes equally open.
look,
Summon the spies. We need to keep an eye out for suspicious activity.
that's all I planned to do was to figure out what the heck Nawab Shiala is up to. And
We have to find out what the Joker is up to.
yeah,
And then send them to Arkham Asylum, by which I mean the grave.
I am pulling out all the stops. Everybody in ROM, even at the risk of their cover, needs to start figuring out what the heck, like, where her inner circle comes from. I know we haven't found that really, but I'm gonna do some real snooping around. Now everybody else, all my other agents can't do a whole lot. Maybe they can just ask and see, if has anything big changed in the Elven markets, or what are they buying, or what are they doing.
They come back with a shiny rock.
Yeah, but what I'm gonna do is, I guess the only real lead that I have is where we had that meeting with Shiala, right?
Hang on. Oop, 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 oop. Sorry. I'll be right back.
Ninja still there?
Sorry, what?
So I was saying that the only thing that I have as a lead, so my agents are going to look into things like, things that they have access to about,
Yeah.
have elves been buying things or selling things or doing movements, whatever.
You mentioned the meeting place, but there's not much going on there. That was just like a temporary spot to meet.
Right, but that's the only lead that I have, so that's where I'm going to go, trying to find leads on where I could get to the real Shiala.
Ah, right. Okay.
And that's pretty much where I'm going to spend my day.
Gotcha. All right.
I don't know if they'll ever get anything fruitful out of that, but that's all Orin can do.
She's secretive. Her people are loyal. There are no loose lips to sink her ship. So unfortunately, you're not going to find much information about her actual location.
I wouldn't be talking to anybody. I'd be invisible.
Yeah.
She's only going to show up when, in my opinion, she's just going to show up when there's an event already set up.
Everybody's going to be at the
Actually, there's
games.
one more thing I want to see. I want to see one more thing. Are there? I'm gonna go use the Syncworm armor and look around underground, looking for hidden doors, hidden caches, places where maybe even Erdenmore doesn't know about ambush opportunities from the elves.
All right. You're going to find that the arena is fairly complex. It does have a network of tunnels underneath it. There's various things, trapdoors, there's room for gladiators to hang out in the underground chambers.
But are those mostly populated by the Mamsabdars and other, people from Nawab Erdemore?
There's servants and laborers that are moving things in and out. There aren't any
So basically,
gladiators in the waiting rooms until an event, so they're probably out in the
but
town doing things.
so if Shiala sent a bunch of the Night Runner elves down there, we know.
Uh, it's possible they
If
could sneak in. There are wide tunnels, and if they're invisible like you are, then they would be able to get past people. During a big event, there would be a lot of people moving through the corridors, though. It would be difficult to not get bumped into somewhere.
Are there maybe some kinds of traps or maybe a dust trap that I could have down there?
You don't see any traps, but you could put down dust if you want to try to like spot footprints.
Yeah, what I mean for you know what? I
Just
guess
want
that's
to.
all I can do. I was thinking of glyphs of, arcane types of traps that would, let us know. Actually, I have alarm.
Yeah, you could put down an alarm, place it at an
Uh,
entrance. It'll go off whenever somebody comes in.
but can I do it if any elves come through? Isn't
Uh,
that a thing I can do with this spell? I forget.
I think so.
If I can make it based on that. So that's what I'm gonna do. Any elves come through from the bottom, um, and I'm going to contact Erdenmore's people to see if any elves are going to be on the list. Look at the lists.
When you cast a spell, you can designate creatures that won't set off the alarms. You have to list off a bunch of races that are not going to set it off.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's
That's
easy
about
enough.
all I can do. I'm done.
Okay.
I will prepare before the event. I'm gonna shine my armor and all that shit.
All
My
right.
sword. I'm gonna clean my full armor. But I'm gonna make a giant bonfire and use my power as a cleric to step in to purify my body and my armor and everything.
Very good. All right, the day of the big game comes, and everybody in town is excited. It's a festival event. People are dancing and cheering in the streets, playing musical instruments, throwing confetti, waving interesting, colorful flags. Everybody's very patriotic and excited about it. It's a cheerful day. Everybody's much happier than they have been for the past week. Everybody is miserable and recovering from the plague. But today is the big day, so you get to the arena. There are thousands of people here, thousands upon thousands of people, huge crowds, a crush of people. Every race that you can imagine from the tablelands, even the obscure ones. You see halflings, you see thri-kreen. This place has everything going on. There's a huge number of elves that are in attendance. The Night Runners are here in full force. Erdenmore has his own troops in full force. Marham has his people. He's clustered with viziers in the heart of the richest, most defended part of the stadium audience, up in the skybox, in the highest seats. So he's got the press of nobles all admiring him and clamoring for his attention and his favor. As the populist, he has the most power and influence, and people are trying to get in his good graces. Shiala is moving within her elves and is not standing out. So unlike Marham, who is dressed in the most glorious outfit that you could possibly wear, just the brightest silks and the fanciest scarves, he's decked out in the best possible clothing. Put it up on the screen. He's covered in jewels and gems and gold and silver, wealth on display, and everybody's admiring him and begging him for things, and he's very generously giving out favors and gifts to people left and right. Shiala, on the other hand, is nowhere to be found. Although people say she's here, but she looks just like all of the other Night Runner elves. She's not trying to stand out, she's not wearing anything fancy. She's here just as a regular elf in regular elf clothing, and it's impossible to tell which one is her because there's, I don't know, hundreds of elves here. Who could it be? So she's invisible in a crowd of elves, and identifying her would be impossible since you've only seen a shadowy form of her.
I was going to say detect evil, but that's not gonna happen.
I'm going to task Butterfly and a bunch of other spies and agents and the like with defending our dwarf friend and I guess the other guy as well. And without letting him know that that's what they're doing. And if someone that tries to attack them, they gotta stop them.
I'm gonna do a detect magic in the crowd and see if there's anything that's really shiny.
Some people will have magical items, but they're mostly low-level, basic magic items. You will occasionally see a wealthy individual who might have an enchanted piece of jewelry or a ring on, maybe a headband, an earring, something along those lines, that has a little bit more potent enchantment, maybe something that's in the rare tier of magic item. But you don't see any artifact level things that would just absolutely glow in your detect magic.
No elves. None of the elves are kind of glowing.
No. All the elves seem fairly nondescript, but many of them do carry magic weapons.
Okay.
Like, almost all of them will have a glowing dagger at their belt, so it's obviously a magic weapon.
And you're saying that weapons are not and blades are not very welcome in the city or something like that. Huh?
Well, it's a violent city, and weapons are not prohibited. You're allowed to have them and carry them, but if you were to pull out your sword and cut down a bunch of peasants, then the Templars would come after you as a criminal. So, standard cop stuff. All
I
right,
don't
so
have any weapons on me, but I'm also going to be invisible, and I'm going to be trying to hover nearby Erdemore. Not maybe hover the entire time, but like be around, looking for the approaches.
okay.
I'm gonna want to do a little bit of artifact, be part of the show, shoot some firebolts in the air, and when the crowd is to cheer up, I'm gonna pull out my fire chariot and fly over the crowd, just to make it like a spectacle.
Yeah, nice.
I'm doing protection from good and evil.
All right. All right, this will be fun. So the crowd becomes hushed as the arena master Erdenmore steps out onto his dais, and he has an assistant who is going to magically enhance his voice so that it booms out across the natural arena. So the voice of the dwarf Erdenmore carries across the amphitheater of the arena where all the crowd is seated, and he is going to say, "It is good that you have come once again this year for the big games to see the mighty Theocles face his contestants. Who can face him in combat and survive? The mighty Theocles. We have many other wonders to show you, of course. Ticalco, the famous acrobat gladiator halfling. You know him, you love him. He will be performing the opening act." So, a bunch of servants rush out, and they approach barrels that have been spaced out in a circle around the arena. And they have torches, and they're going to light the barrels. And suddenly a bunch of fireworks shoot up out of the barrels into the sky, creating a tremendous concussive blast in the air as all of the fireworks explode. And then a trapdoor in the floor of the arena opens up, and a tremendous wooden spring launches Calco, the acrobat halfling, into the air. And he soars and flips in the air. And he flips and he flips, and then he crashes into the ground and breaks his neck and dies. Everybody in the crowd screams, "No! Calco! No!" Erdenmore lets out an enormously loud curse because his voice is still magically amplified, and he says, "Fuck!" Healers!
what?
Healers! The healers rush into the ring. They find Calco laying dead, crumpled, broken neck, face bloated and purple. "What's going on here? It looks like he's been poisoned!"
Oh my. Can I involve myself?
What do you want to do?
Can I land down by the healers and the corpse?
Yeah.
I'll do a medicine check real quick. I'm looking for cuts, signs of syringe, type of puncture, things like that on him, or see maybe if he has like a sign of poison around his mouth, just to try to identify the source.
Okay. Roll a medicine check.
Oh shit, 35.
Well, that's a good one. All right. Yeah. Calco has been poisoned to death with an edible poison, a consumed poison, not an injury or touch poison.
Is there still a time to revive him?
He only just died a moment ago.
Yeah. Can I heal him,
Sure.
or do I need to do a revivify?
I think Revivify, if cast within a minute, can bring the dead back.
I will do that real quick. Let me take it off my list here. What level is this?
You touch a creature that has died within the last minute. That creature returns to life with a single hit point. And then you could heal them if you wish.
Yeah, I heal him. Does the revivify get rid of the poison though?
I don't think so.
I'll do a cure poison as well.
Oh, it says here Revivify requires a bit of diamond worth 3 gold.
3 gold. Yep. I take that off.
Okay. Calco is incredibly thankful. "It's a miracle! I'm alive! I'm alive!"
I like the voice.
What happened to you? How did you end up getting poisoned? You didn't notice when you started getting sick?
Yeah, he was eating some food that was provided to him. It was delivered to his room this morning. He didn't think anything of it.
I sent to the guards, and I tell them to look at who sent the food and where it came from right away.
I'm keeping my eyes on the prizes, on the important characters.
Okay.
It's really a distraction.
Also, I sent to I tell the guards to and see if there's more of that food that has been given to other of the contestants.
All right.
You gotta figure out if there's other people getting sick, so we can heal them.
Erdenmore is cursing. He says, "They mean to embarrass me during my big day." He's fuming. He demands answers. He sends his agents to investigate. The packaging that the food came in is delivered to the arena very quickly. It seems as if it came from Marham.
I tell the guards to go and tell the dwarf leader.
All right. He says, "I knew it! That bastard! He's poisoning my best men!"
And is there any of the Templars in the area?
Yeah, they're around there, standing guard at various points at the entrances of the arena.
I go and tell one and tell them to go and try to locate this guy.
I'm telling you telepathically that if you could do a medical check of all the gladiators coming up to make sure that they have not been poisoned as well.
Yeah, we already sent that. People to look into that. But I'll tell you telepathically what the guards are telling me. That they're suspecting that it came from Morhan.
I don't believe it. I don't think that's him.
Uh, I've learned. I have learned. I've made sure to have zone of truth in my prayer. So, if we need to, we can always question some people.
Erdenmore says, "The show must go on, people. Let's give Tecalco time to recover from his injuries. Everybody, give a hand to Tecalco. We will see him again surely next year at the next games." Some people carry Tecalco out. He says, "But on to the show that you've all been waiting for. Theocles, the shadow of death." All right, an enormous half-giant enters the arena. He's a mighty half-giant. He wields two gladius. Dual gladii. He's wearing some gladiator-style armor and a cloak. He's enormous, and he's very difficult to kill. Erdenmore is going to speak of all of the glorious battles that he's had in the past games. He's going to send in a couple of his dwarven gladiators, and they're going to attempt to battle Theocles. Theocles puts on quite a show. He doesn't dispatch his enemies instantly. They nip at his heels, but eventually he clashes with their shields and knocks them all back. And they yield. "We are defeated." Theocles raises his two arms, each blade into the air, and there's a peal of lightning in the clouds. After that first battle, mercenaries under the banner of Marham enter. And they say, "We are the Four Brothers, masters of every fighting style." And they go in and they battle with Theocles, and Theocles easily dispatches all four of them, leaving two of them with grievous injuries. One has lost an arm, another has lost a foot.
I'm calling them liars.
Theocles laughs at their weakness. "Is nobody strong enough to face Theocles?"
How's the crowd reacting?
No, they cheer. They love it. The next match. A single elf. All right. Everybody in the crowd jeers, thinking the elf would be easily defeated, but he turns out to be quite the opponent, using his speed and agility and trickery in order to avoid the attacks of Theocles. And eventually he lands several sharp dagger stabs into Theocles' leg. The elf seems to be taunting Theocles. It's hard to hear what he's saying over the roar of the crowd. Does anybody have magical means to listen in?
I don't.
Magical means to listen in?
It would only be my perception, maybe that could help.
So, Ringsight
I
could
could
send
see-
in a magical
whoa.
sensor to get close to the battle where he would be able to hear it. Taro?
I'll fly up invisibly.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
You're doing that? All right. Let me look at this here. Give me 1 second. All right, so the elf is taunting Theocles, saying, "You're about to die, big man."
You're just saying in Elvish or in Com?
In common. Let's see here. He tells him that he has hit him with a poison. He says, "I've got you. Methylonic is in your system."
Methyl what?
I'm going to use my poisoner knowledge after hearing this. Just think, is there an antidote that I can whip up?
He says, "You've been poisoned with your food, methylenic's in your system, and my blade is a quicksilver blade. You will surely die in mere moments."
Alright, I'm getting involved.
Oh, hang on. Theocles laughs at him. Theocles uses a legendary resistance. The poison has no effect.
What?
Huh.
But it's an elf, huh? Any signs of that elf being part of one of the clans in the city? Like,
He's
is
a
there?
Netrunner, isn't
He's a Night Runner assassin. It says so on his figurine.
Oh. Oh, I didn't do that. There you go. You gotta take all the elves down.
Theocles lets out an intimidating roar. Everybody within 60 feet of him has to make a DC 19 wisdom saving throw or become frightened. The elf cowers, and Theocles cuts his head off in one chop.
What?
Oh. I kind of
DC
wanted that guy
19, what kind
alive,
of saving
actually.
throw? Because that's me. I'm nearby. DC 19, what kind of saving throw?
Wisdom.
Wisdom?
You'd have advantage on your roll, though.
He slapped that elf with multiple status effects suddenly.
Okay, I made it. Oh yeah, you said immune to fear. You're right.
He used a flourish. When a creature misses with a melee attack, he can use his reaction to make a counter attack with advantage. Or he can impose a brutality effect on his next hit. And then he could use a legendary action to take an attack right after the elf attacked him. And that legendary attack, he did a brutality flourish, which applies a brutality effect. And then let's see,
Brutality.
brutality effects.
He rips his head and his skull and his spine out of his body.
Oh my gosh.
A lot of stuff happened. He was defeated very quickly.
He ends up in a classical fatality from Mortal Kombat way.
And lastly, another half-giant. The battle between the two half-giants is a slugfest that goes on for a long time. It takes a while to whittle the health of a huge number of hit dice down, but eventually Theocles wins with number of attacks. He attacks. He makes 3 attacks, and then he makes a 4th attack, and then he uses a bonus action to make a 5th attack each turn, and then he uses a legendary action to attack a 6th time after the opponent attacks, and then he takes his turns. He outnumbers his opponent in number of attacks easily and whittles his hit points down until he's defeated. And then once again, he will shout to the crowd, "Is nobody strong enough to test Theocles in combat?"
I mean, I can't. Sorry. My throat. Yeah.
Is he taunting us?
Nobody is daring enough to battle Theocles. The contestants that have already fallen to him were the only ones.
I could theoretically send something at it if I wanted to throw away a good pawn.
Erdenmore is going to enter the arena and announce that Theocles has once again reigned as champion in the arena during the big games. Theocles throws up his hands and roars, and there's another peal of lightning in the air.
I'm gonna send a sending spell to Theocles.
And it says,
In so many words, don't let your guard down. Foul play is afoot.
Theocles looks around and nods. He's resisted the poison of that night elf assassin.
Yeah, but I don't know if they were bothering to kill him. I'm not sure they're going to be deterred by that.
But he will keep his eyes open for assassins beyond that first one.
Compared to Taurus, how strong does it seem to be?
Theocles, he's 18th level.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So he's like it's
Whoa.
comparable.
Yeah. Comparable to Taurus, for sure.
All right, we need to have we need to have a tournament between the two cities.
I would
Oh,
say that
jeez.
Taurus's DPS is higher because he uses two-handed weapons, but Theocles with his short swords is dishing out considerable hits.
We gotta get this guy and Taurus to fight against each other. It's a great battle of the two allied cities.
Yeah, that'd be an entertaining combat.
But I'll let you know. So you shared that information, Taro, about
Hello?
the knight, the elves being the ones most likely responsible for the poisoning.
I just told him to watch out.
No, but did you share that with us?
So during the big games, the investigation continues in the background. Erdenmore asks the Templars to send the Kuataga to investigate. So a bunch of psychic investigators are checking the packaging, tracking down the delivery person, investigating the packaging. It contains an obvious seal of Marham, and Erdenmore is taking it very seriously. He says, "That bastard Marham, he thinks he can destroy my best gladiators during the biggest day of my business."
But we let him know though what I think what that elf said to Teocles, saying that he was poisoned and he came from one of the night riders.
I would
Night
expect
runners.
the elves to try to poison my people, especially in a battle.
Is it possible that they tried to put that on onto Maram by making it kind of too obvious that he did it when they did it?
You're sowing doubt. Let's see how he takes this. Oh, 10, flat in the middle. I don't know. You might be right.
Ask your gladiator himself. He'll tell you.
I'll tell you what he saw and what he was told during the fight.
No. He's talking about whether the Marham poison on Tecalco was actually from Marham or if it came from the elves.
Hmm.
Well, that was also part of what he said. Yeah.
The other conversation, which was between the Night Runner elf assassin and Theocles, was saying, like,
Oh.
I have poisoned you with these poisons. However, he also said something about poison in food. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about.
that is a clue that maybe he also poisoned the other gladiator.
Maybe. But where is this law and order? I gotta have a.
He didn't
Beyond what he's
explicitly say that he did poison the other gladiator. He only confessed mockingly that he had poisoned Theocles.
But he did say that he was poisoned through food.
Yes.
Same with the acrobat.
Yeah.
Is Maram still in the crowd?
Marham is here, in among the viziers in the crowd.
You might want to ask him some questions and see where these packages actually came from. I have a way to have him say what the truth is.
All right. You make your way through the crowd, trying to get yourself a meeting with Marham. He is surrounded by a throng of nobles, and outside the throng of nobles is an even larger throng of the common folk who want to get their hands on the rich Marham and see if some of his wealth will trickle down to them.
I'll walk through the crowd and move them on my way.
All right. You use your strength to push the crowd aside. Many people are unhappy, but they will not be able to resist. All right.
Maram, I need I need a moment of your time. There's some serious things we need to speak about.
Okay.
Said Oren.
Marham, he says.
Come on.
Okay, you find yourself face to face with the wealthy Nawab Marham. Let's see here. Nawab Marham. Find the right image of him. All right. Like I said, he is incredibly decked out with wealth, obvious wealth. He is flaunting his riches in every way. And he's going to smile broadly. And he has a very charming smile. Oh, look at that. Flat 30. Charisma persuasion. And he says, "Ah, the diplomats from Tyr. I'm so happy to finally meet with you face to face. I've heard you've been doing wonderful things for my people in town, curing the sick, dealing with the plague, paying to remove bodies. What a wonderful thing you've done for our town. Quickly, servants, bring wine. Bring the best wine. What can I get for you? Gifts. Let me lavish gifts upon you, my friends."
A moment of your time. You're being accused of some really bad things right now, and we need to clear things out.
Oh, yeah?
When are you casting?
I'm not casting anything right now. I said I don't think that that's a conversation we want to have here.
He spreads his hands wide, and with a big smile on his face, he says, "I am an open book. Ask me what you will."
Well, you will be. I will have to cast a spell because I will not trust your word unless you are stepping in my zone of truth.
Ho ho! You do not trust my word. I am a politician, I understand. Cast your spell, then.
He has to. I'll cast a spell.
Okay. In the zone of truth, he cannot lie.
You can roll against it. It's a DC 25.
Good luck.
Well, he might be able to. Well, it depends on his stats. A charisma check, so he might have a better chance. I sent him a mental image of the packaging that was sent of food, showing the clear sign that it came from his group. The food that was delivered to the champions.
Okay. He seems a little bit saddened and offended, and he says, "Poison. You would accuse me of using poison. What a horrible thing to say. I have done no wrong here. I would not attempt to poison the good Erdenmore in his own arena on his big day. That would be horrible. I am a man of Ram,
Stop.
a man of the people. I would not do
Stop.
such a thing."
Stop talking. Answer the question again in 10 words.
Is a yes or no. Have you poisoned or ordered someone to send food that was poisoned?
Oh, I have poisoned no one, and I have sent no poison.
No.
There you go.
You say that you wouldn't do something like that, but I am told by all of the crowd and the low sides of the city that you have been sending some spoiled food when you had the option not to do that to cause some trauma over there.
That's not true at all. I have been providing the highest quality food to those that I can help, but I cannot help everyone.
I'm gonna do.
Why don't you feel that way?
I'm doing an insight on what he's saying, Ninja.
You already have Zone of Truth up.
Doesn't matter.
He helps people a lot, so he is doing good works for the people and providing food.
I got a 17 on my insight.
You have to sort of consider the context that most nobles in Dark Sun are going to be kind of awful to everybody and treat people like terrible low-class slaves all the time. It's kind of the standard. So by Dark Sun standards, he's like a saint, but
Very good. Yeah.
but by like maybe our modern day standards, he's kind of a scummy dude. So he could do more. He has money. He could do more.
You have a poison, yes? You have such a thing unique to you.
What? Marham? No.
I thought Marham poison or something like that was the thing that was poisoning the guys.
No. The elf mentioned
not-
Mythalonic.
Oh, then why do we think that this guy did it?
Do you want to
Oh my
mention
God,
that to
dude.
somebody?
Are you not? What?
We're asking him to see.
What do you know about methylam poison?
Okay. So, I'll copy paste the details of the poison here.
I'm not there. I can't add to this conversation.
Okay, Methylinic is a consumed poison, DC 16 con save. It doesn't affect elves, kanks, or cluzzed. It's got a purple tinted fluid. When ingested, it deals con damage, and you become poisoned for a minute, and then you take an additional D6 con damage after that.
It's not cool. They're gonna need some long rest.
Yeah, I already told you that it wasn't him. Before you even asked him, remember, I was telling you it wasn't Marham.
No, we gotta test them out. And who would want to trick you? And by the way, do you know who sent these packages? Do you have any idea?
Sounds
you
like
the one who
a elf poison to me.
Maybe, but how did they have access to this package? Well, what we're trying to do is find who's the true criminal. We asked you simply because of the obvious sign that it came from your group, but it could have been a trick. We need to know, are you the one who sent the package of food to the champions for this tournament? Were you ordered or were you commissioned to do that?
Okay, so the psychic investigators, the Kutaga, they have tracked down the package delivery person, and they have also brought him to the arena. So do you want to ask him questions in the zone of truth?
Yeah, exactly. And I want to ask Marham if he knows this man, if it's one of his.
Okay, Marham says, no, I don't know him personally. Some low delivery person.
And what do you have to say, delivery man? Who ordered you to bring these packages here? Where did they came from?
He says, I'm but a simple delivery man. I deliver packages.
Where they came from?
I'm given packages and I deliver them. It came from, you know, the place.
Tell me, what is the place? You are at the place.
The place. It came from the place. What is this?
Okay, let me sit him down for a second. Listen, it's not looking good for you, but you can turn it around. What place are you talking about? I'm not sure what you mean.
Who paid you to send these packages?
Nobody
How
paid
much
me.
No one paid you. You did that for free?
Well, no, I am
Are you saying
paid.
that
I am
you're
paid
the-
by
are you-
Erdenmore to deliver food to the gladiators. This is true.
All right, I'm talking in his brain this time. It's
So
like
where did-
blink twice if you're being threatened.
Oh my god. If there's a chance, I would like to go ahead and do something concurrently.
So in his mind, he's just like terrified. It seems as if he's deeply intimidated, but that's the sense you get.
No, I mean like telepathic communication.
Yes, yes.
I'm like blink twice if you're being threatened.
Oh, it seems like he is.
Okay, through perception, okay? when he's saying that, like that, when he's showing that he's like terrified, he doesn't want to say a word or he doesn't want to divulgate where it comes from. Like, is this attention is looking towards someone in particular? Is he trying to hide his like his eyesight where it's coming from? Like is there someone in the area that he might be scared of in particular?
No. He's just afraid for his life because he's being blamed for poisoning people.
No, we're not blaming you. Oh yeah, yeah.
But he won't admit where the packaging came from. He hasn't cracked under the pressure, but you haven't pushed him very
I'll be
hard.
right back.
Is he in the zone of truth right now?
He is in the zone of truth, and he's refusing to answer your question. He's being evasive. He hasn't given a straightforward answer. Your insight is that he got the clever idea to admit that he is normally paid by Erdenmore, and that he could admit to, but he won't admit to where this package actually came from.
Are you afraid of debt?
Debt?
Are you afraid of torture?
It's true. I have gambling debts.
Are you?
That's his Canadian accent.
That's my
Death.
accent. Are you afraid of torture?
He says, "You're not going to torture me, are you?"
I will burn you alive very slowly if you don't tell me right now.
No, please, master. Don't do that.
Don't entice me. You gotta tell me now where it comes from. If you have nothing to do, you don't have to be afraid. We will protect you. But if you keep on lying and hiding the truth, we will force it out of you.
I thought you had a zone of truth up.
So I roll a 4 on his morale. He cracks under pressure. He will admit that some Night Runner elves threatened him in a dark alley the previous night. And they gave him this package, and it's a package that has the seal of Marham on it. And it contained the food, and the elves threatened him and said that deliver this package to the gladiators, and if you don't, your whole family will die.
You've done what you're supposed to do.
So it seems as if he's been intimidated, threatened with the death of his family, and he had to deliver the poison.
I'm going to take 25 silver and put him in his hand and tell him to disappear for some time with your family.
Okay.
You don't need to die for this, but you've spoken and we force you.
25 silver,
Yeah.
30 more, and call him Judas, right?
It should be enough for him to
No, I'm kidding.
like to
Sorry.
disappear for a bit.
Or 5 more, it would be. It's 30 silver.
I don't know. I don't know the story. I looked
It's
at
okay.
Moram. I looked at Moram. What would you like us to? What would you like to do of this? You are being framed right now, and we are here to stop with this shenanigan that is going on in this city. We're tired of your civil war. Your population is suffering from it. The low people that you do feed, grains that are tainted with weevils, they need a better life, a better chance, and it's because of people like you that they have been suffering through this plague.
How does that sentence make sense with anything that he said in this conversation?
No, that's me saying that. We need to resolve this. Well, you're being framed. We would like to get rid of these elves. Well, at least I would.
While that's happening, can I do something?
Is there a way that you can help us to get our hands on these elves and to find them?
Well, the elves are here, aren't they? You can see their group in the stadium.
Starting a battle here might cause some chaos.
That's not how they do things. They're not gonna battle out loud out in front of everybody. Unless Shiala does something very dramatic. Um, I was saying, can I do something?
What's up?
So I feel like it's time for me to try to pickpocket a pickpocket. And by that I mean I'm invisible and I am leaving the side of Nawab Erdenmore to get into the mix as much as I possibly can with the Netrunner elves. And when I do that, I'm going to be hovering above, just outside of blind sight range for myself at least. But I'm going to be doing lots of active perception checks to make sure, one, that they don't sense me, start talking in Elvish about me. And then two, I'm looking for things that might be poisons, things that I could link them to. Basically any amount of poison, like in a pouch or whatever, and then if I find something like that, I'm going to go ahead and make a play for it on sleight of hand.
Okay. Let's see. The elves carry some items on them. They'll have sort of a utility belt. Bit of a bandolier. All right. So you want to roll a pickpocket against one of them?
Yeah.
See what you can take.
Can I do an active perception check and try to get a chance to find someone who is maybe not the strongest? Minimum score is 28.
All right.
I don't know if they can give me advantage on the pickpocket check to try to find someone who's less adept at this. For the sleight of hand, do I get an advantage or no?
You're looking for somebody who's like distracted or something?
Yeah, or maybe someone who's not quite as, who might have what I need, but also is not, one of the inner circle of Shiala's people.
Yeah, just a regular elf, not somebody fancy.
Well, you know what? Belay that. I'll make a single roll and go for somebody who has what I actually need. Here I go. Whoa, that's the wrong one. Hold on. It's plus 12, not plus 22. Here I go. Straight roll. Minimum roll is 22, and that's what I'm going to get, 22.
All right. You steal yourself a dose of poison from one of the elves.
Oh. Okay. I don't have like full poison your feet, but I have some ranks from training, all the weeks that I've spent in this. Does it seem to match
It's hard to say, isn't it? Methylinic.
Methylinic.
Yeah, it's totally methylinic. It is a dose of purple fluid in a tiny glass capsule.
Okay, so I take that, and that's all I need. At this time, what I need to do is organize. I need to close the box. I need to start getting the. I'm going to interrupt you in your thing. My friends, I have caught the elves, the Night Runners, red-handed. They have methylinic on them. I heard the elven gladiator boast about the methylinic that they had been put into the other gladiators' food. And so here's what I'm saying. The other Nightrunner elves have this evidence on them. What I need is Mansibdars and Templars to box in the Nightrunner elves and get ready to make an arrest.
Okay.
Can you help me, friends?
Erdenmore sends his Mansibdars in order to guard the gates, to keep the elves from getting out.
Is there anything magical you can do, like to lock this place down magically? Anti-magic something or anything?
Anyone?
This is telepathic communication. Hello.
What do you need?
Oh my God. Okay, so I have evidence.
No, I know that it's just the last thing you asked for. I missed.
Oh, so I'm asking for you guys to stop kind of what you're doing and come over, and we need to make the arrest of the Night Runner elves. I have the evidence. They have more evidence on them. All we need to do is make sure that they don't escape. So we're closing the box, and I need you to contact the Massimdars of Urdamore and the Templars, but mostly get your own self over here, because I need a magical means of keeping them from escaping.
I'm gonna call for my chariot.
Do you have anti-magic or some kind of way of locking this place down dimensionally?
No, but I could put a wall of fire around them.
That won't do much.
No, I'm gonna fly above their head.
If we can't do some kind of zone of anti-magic or dimensional anchor type stuff, this is gonna go really quick.
I can banish them.
Well, keep that in ready.
No, I'm going to fly above them to keep an eye on them, Ninja.
All right.
And I'm gonna get ready for causing some issues if they try to flee.
Okay. Once Urdamore and the Templars are in position, I'm still invisible at the time. I'm hoping you guys did all the speaking with people.
Okay, so Erdenmore and Marham and a bunch of the guards are going to approach the congregation of elves. The Night Runner elves are going to have Shiala, the leader, move to the fore. And she
Just
meets...
FYI, I am 15 feet above, hovering invisibly.
She meets with the others, and Erdenmore is going to bark his accusation at her. Poisoner, you attempted to ruin my show and kill my gladiator champion. Shiala is going to laugh and say, I've done nothing, fool. Who do you take me for? Marham's going to say, you tried to blame this on me. You faked it with a package. Your elves threatened a man and had him deliver this with a fake seal, pretending it was from me, to try to divide us, but you will fail. And Shiala laughs at him and says, I have done no such thing. What is the meaning of this? Cease your activities and free my people.
So they don't have the vial yet, do they? I didn't give them the vial.
Well, I mean, you found it and you told them that you had it, right? So that's what
Yeah.
they're basing their actions on.
So, can I slip it to them?
All right, well, you go in, you have the poison, you're going to say, we have the evidence, right?
Yeah. I am going to cast a new zone of truth on that lady.
Okay. You cast the zone of
See-
truth on her, it fails.
Oh shit. Who can I give? Do I have to go visible? I'm just gonna. I don't care. I'm just gonna go ahead and make myself known. I'm going to become visible and touch down. My friend, I found this methylenic on your people. The same methylenic that was used to poison the gladiators.
All right. Shiala will say, "What do you mean? I've done no such thing. My people wouldn't do that."
You
They
have,
would.
and to, you need to cease your actions in Ram. It pains me to say it.
Well, she frowns at that and she says, "Oh, you think you can stop me?"
I don't want to. I wanted what you wanted. I wanted a jewel for elves in the Tablelands. A city to show that everything that people say about elves is unfounded, and that, oh, they're savages and only exist to take advantage of others. That's not been my experience. But you're not making it easy. Here you are, feeding into just that idea. I wish I hadn't found this on your people just now.
Don't forget what they also admitted in the during the combat.
She simply smiles and says, "Don't blame me for the actions of a lone wolf assassin. I had nothing to do with that."
A lone wolf assassin.
So she is disavowing any connections with the poisoner,
I don't believe that.
and
Well-
she lies very convincingly.
There's a simple solution. Let's run them pockets. I'm going to take a step forward.
Oh, are you gonna put your hands on her?
I'm going to raise an eyebrow and a frown. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and slowly move to search her.
All right. Your hands pass through an illusion and touch a body that's underneath, but isn't quite matching the proportions of the one that you're looking at.
Oh my. The
Figured.
hell is she? What is she?
She's going to recoil
Shut
at the touch. She doesn't want the illusion to be broken by contact, so she jumps back. She says, "Get your hands off me. Where did you come from?"
Shala, where are you really? You said you were going to show.
She's not an elf. Can I do a dispel magic on her, ninja?
You try to do a spell magic on her. It's counterspell.
I counterspell it.
You counterspell the counterspell. All right. Your dispel magic goes through. No, she counterspells your counterspell with the counterspell.
I do. Well, I sent him. I sent a message. There's clearly something. And I don't believe she's an elf.
Well, at this point, I'm out of psionic tattoos, so what can I do?
No,
And if you cannot pull her out of this illusion, I will with my own methods.
is this combat as I'm putting my hands on Shiala and she recoils away? Like, what are her other people doing? Because if I can...
So, her people, they do not start combat. They remain peaceful and calm. They simply say, "What is this? What are you doing?" And then Shiala herself, she
I have a question.
seems to be an illusion.
Yeah. Now, here's a question. When I teleport, use my side knife ability, can I take someone with me? If I were to grapple?
No, I probably shouldn't allow that.
Okay, fair. All right. I don't know what else to do here. I am going to forcibly grapple whatever's underneath Shiala.
Hold on. Shiala is going to say, "Protect me, hero. You've been hit with a charmed person. Roll me a wisdom save, please."
Immune.
Immune to charm? All right, yeah. All
No,
right.
immune to possession from the concentration of, like I said, protection from good and evil.
Gotcha. All right, that's useful. So she tried to hit you with a charmed person, and when that didn't work,
I knew that shit was coming. I knew it. My one-trick pony.
Just tell me when a fireball is needed.
she turns invisible and tries to slip
Hold
away.
on, wait. How many? How many?
Okay, when
actions
she
does
turns
have?
invisible, I do shoot a fireball.
How
on
many
her.
actions does she have? That was just for her spell, right?
She's
Yeah.
activating psionic tattoos. You throw a fireball at the crowd.
At her.
A fireball
whoa.
is a area effect spell that will
Um,
affect dozens of people.
Yeah, this is the middle of a big, like, freaking.
Okay, I order my chariot to crash on her, and I'm gonna explode a fireball and protect everybody except for her.
Hold on. You know that I'm
So
grappling her, right?
I'm gonna become a meteor ninja.
You,
We probably have to do a
So-
contested check. She does a dex save, 23 to try to get out, and then you have to roll
Wait.
a check against her.
okay, so with the grapple. 'Cause I'm
Yeah, it's
grappling
like
first.
it's like an opposed grapple. She's trying
Understood.
I'm assuming you already have her, but she's trying to slip out.
Okay, because that's gonna preclude her reflex save later. But so okay, this is a okay. Hold on.
Well,
There was two rules for grapple. There was the athletics thing, and then there was the other thing that you had mentioned, which is just like what proficiency bonus and something.
Ninja, when they start seeing this kind of struggle, I'm gonna fly close, just above their head. Okay.
You can use strength or dex, and it's a DC 10 plus the strength athletics or dexterity acrobatics.
Okay, so I add my athletics and I add my dex or add my strength. Is that what I'm hearing?
Let's see. She's adding. So it's like a DC 15, I think. Or no,
Okay.
wait. My roll was a 23 to get out. So I guess she escapes your grapple with a 23. If you're.
But
See, like,
it's
according
not
to
contested roll.
the way the Grit and Glory works, is instead of doing a contested roll, it's like an average. So it's like 10 plus your modifier.
10 plus my athletics modifier.
Or dexterity acrobatics. So what's your 10 plus dex acrobatics?
10 plus dex acrobatics would be 11, but my athletics is higher.
If you want to do athletics
Because-
instead, what's that come out to?
14, so it'd be 24. Because and I only did
Okay,
that.
okay. In that case,
I put a double
in that case, you do maintain your hold on her. She missed it by 1.
Yeah. because I chose to put double expertise into athletics because of the grit and glory rules, being that it was about grapples.
All right. Well, you made me burn a legendary action, and it failed. So you've got her.
Okay, so I have her
What does
in
it
my
feel like?
grapple.
What does it feel like, Ninja, when he grabs her?
Okay. So the fireball goes off, and she dies.
What?
An enormous fireball goes off, and everybody's protected except for her, and she dies.
What? I just can't believe it. Like,
What she appears as?
Well, her illusion breaks. It's not Shiala. It's a different elf. She was disguised selfed. to look like Shiala.
Okay. I'm shocked. Did I feel her presence go anywhere? I don't know. Okay, in the meantime, we have a political issue on our hands. We have a dead elf here.
So it's sort of a body double situation using magic. She's got the disguise self
Right.
spell, so she had
I
a
get
bunch
that.
of her elves, one of them pretending to be her, but trying to blend in.
I look around to the crowd of them, and
Well,
Okay.
Marham and Erdenmore are
all of
both
them
angry.
need taken in.
They're
All
going to
of
want
them
some
need-
revenge.
Okay. All of you will disarm, drop your poisons.
So all of the elves here, they're just going to say we're not a threat. We're not fighting. We surrender. We had nothing to do with this.
So I don't find any other poisons in them.
Many of them are carrying a magic weapon, but you don't find any more poisons.
We need your leader, and we need to resolve this.
She came in here with mostly regular elves. The only assassin she came in with was the one that was in the actual arena fight.
I don't know what to do anymore. I have this dead elf in my hands, and I feel this charred body of an elf.
She was a decoy.
She was a decoy.
No matter what.
This is the second
matter what.
decoy she's used. This seems to be a pattern. First, she had her shadow magic to sort of stand in for her, and now she's using a disguised elf pretending to be her.
But this elf that I cradle in my arms was basically an innocent.
Oh, no, it was a member of her gang for sure.
Well, right, but like,
It's like one of the body doubles of Queen Amidala in Star Wars.
I know. It's just
Don't
Or in
fall for
screams.
don't fall for these tricksters. We need to get rid of them.
I curse Shiala's name. I scream. I can't scream right now in the basement, but Shiala!
She's using some
Come on,
clever
embrace
tactics.
justice for your crimes.
Just shouting into the air.
I'm screaming down into the dirt, into this charred body of a elf in my arms.
I turn to the dwarf and Moram, and I ask them, "What do you say if you two finally ally, so we can actually get rid of the threat in this city, and we can stop the civil war?" And all the issues that are going on.
Marham says, "That's a glorious idea. I'll be the king in charge, and Erdenmore can be my loyal servant." Erdenmore says, "Shut your mouth, fool. I'll be the king, and you'll be serving me."
Enough of this. We need to come up to an agreement, and this is not going to work. We could do an election, but I wouldn't trust either of you.
Marham says, "Yes, an election. We should do that. Have the people
No.
decide."
We will not go with that.
Erdenmore barks, "You only want that because there's more people that you're giving handouts to. More like bribes." Marham seems offended. He says, "Bribes? I care about my people, unlike you killing them in this arena." Erdenmore barks back, "Killing them in this arena? I don't intend to kill anyone, and they make a fair profit doing it." Marham
Cease
says,
your jabbering.
"Blood profit? You make your wealth off the backs of dead Romites."
Prestidigitation.
Erdenmore turns purple in the face with rage, and he shakes his fist up in the air at Marham. He says, "You preening cock! How dare you speak to me like this in my own
Calm
arena?"
emotions.
I step between the two of them and I tell Tamara, you have blood on your
Nah,
hand.
I'm double casting calm emotions through this.
Okay, you calm everyone down.
Well, I say calmly to Maram, you have plenty of blood on your hand. You let your population die of plague, and we had to come in and save the day. You're not to be trusted.
What did I have to do with the rats? It's nature.
I look up at ring sight with tears.
I'm gonna wait. I'm begging you to stop talking right now.
I
have seen your hearts.
I was just gonna
and
thank you.
Deep down, I know you both care for the people of this nation. I also know that you're both also greedy narcissists who could stand to take it down a notch. I know the guilt you feel and the pressure you feel, and I know that neither of you can run this place alone. Unless you both want to be saddled with infinite work and complaining. You have to work together or be destroyed apart.
Well, we have an elf situation.
So Marham's going to say a very good speech, but life isn't as simple as all that. And Erdenmore says, "It sure as fuck ain't."
How can we find these Night Runner and the leader?
So Marham and Erdenmore are both going to shrug. Neither of them has an idea how to find the elusive bitch, says Erdenmore.
Well, you have plenty of men out in the streets. Put a price on her head.
Kazik Ulrum is here as well, the High Templar, and he's going to comment, "I don't think there's even any value in arresting these elves. Most of them seem like common folk. I haven't found one carrying a poison or anything more than a fine blade. Not enough evidence to really hold them."
Or the ones in the crowd here.
Yeah.
My psychic talent that I've never used pretty much this entire time is someone talented psionics can develop discipline and concentration to find it. It's like finding other psionics, basically. It's like I can as a tracker, basically. I'm trying to track down other psionics, basically.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if I can use that to help sniff out throughout the city, trying to find out where Shiala really is.
Psionics are very common. You're going to find psionicists all over the city. You're going to encounter 3 different kinds of psions. I can give you the rundown on who they are here. Alright, so we got Psiomark, the School of the Way, and they are allied with Erdenmore. So any scions that are dwarves or working with the dwarves, that's going to be Psiomark. And then, let's see, they're good with a sort of Hunter's Mark spell. It's like a psionic variant of the Ranger spell. And they use that in the arena. So any psionic gladiators, they're going to be doing this special Hunter's Mark ability. You're also going to encounter Night Runner elves, and they're in the Psiona Ram School of the Way, and that's led by Master Scion Farza. She's a female elven scion of unknown age. She's rumored to be very, very old, even by elven standards. And she runs a big school here, but it mostly caters to the elves. And that, of course, is aligned with the elven Nawab Shiala. And then the last of the Scion schools is the Yellow Monastery, where Master Scion Diobrando teaches the various viziers and noble children. So that's the one that would be closely tied with Nawab Marham, and High Templar Kazik. So a lot of the Kuataga come out of the Yellow Monastery, and they might wear sort of yellow turbans as a standout mark of their allegiance to the Yellow Monastery. Their specialty is animals. A lot of them use tracking animals.
Maram and Nawab, have you heard of a place where there might be some shadow magic, or rumors of shadow magic?
Ah, yes, Scionaram, the shadowy elven scions. They teach a psionic skill called Shadow Step and another called Shadow of Moil.
Where can we find them? Do you know if and have you heard if there's any rumors that they have been dabbling with the Night Runners?
They are Night Runners. Scionaram.
Where are they in the city? Are they just all over the place, or is there any?
It's a
locations
temple.
where-
Scionaram is a location. It's a large training center for psionics. It's probably in the Vizier's quarters. Or not quarters, but Vizier quarter of the city, like the segment.
We might want to go in and take a look at that.
You gonna go talk to Scion Master Farza?
Yeah. See, trying to understand what is going on in that place.
All right. The Scionaram Scions will tell you that we don't train non-elves. What do you say to that?
I'm not here for training.
Then what are you here for?
Sorry, we're too racist to help you.
Not racist.
We need to find.
We are looking for the leader of the Night Runners.
Ah, the great and powerful Shiala.
Hmm. And we know that she has. I'm not
Connection.
exactly sure what she is, to be honest.
She is an elf. A wonderfully powerful elf.
Hmm. That is very well connected with the Abyss, the darkness.
Ah, we all use shadow magic.
Did you say the abyss?
Yeah,
Abyss?
Abyss. Not like you. We do believe that there's something deeper and darker.
Farza will demonstrate her shadow step and say, "This is the first lesson we teach here. All our scions practice it."
We're not impressed with that. All of us have been in the gray.
I never noticed that an abyss and the abyss, like, an abyss, like, from a nunnery type of thing, that kind of thing are so, like, similar until now. Like, in terms of the way they're spelled or pronounced. Sorry, moving along.
Shadow of Moil gives you resistance to radiant damage. That's a powerful skill.
So what we need to do is basically we're turning this place upside down until we find out how we can get to Chiala.
She's so clever and so well hidden. She has many agents throughout the city. She has extreme loyalists. You can't get into an assassin's guild without passing many tests of loyalty. They might even be under magical compulsion, preventing them from betraying her.
This is a pretty strong defense system. I don't know what to do about it.
It's time to go into their heads, and it's time to open all the drawers.
So you guys are looking for Shiala to try to take her down. We're getting close to the end of our session, so I'm going to make a note to work on that. Hunting Shiala.
Thinking of an inquisition and
I appreciate that you're looking for Shiala, but I don't currently have an idea for how you can find her. because I don't personally know exactly where she's at. But I'll think about it, and then I'll get back to you on that.
She is everywhere and nowhere.
It sounds like a good signal to end the session.
Well, you guys were trying to convince Erdenmore and Marham to work together, and I'm going to say that Erdenmore is more in agreement with that than Marham. Marham seems to be unbending on the fact that he wants supremacy and that Erdenmore would be an underling. Erdenmore seems amenable to a shared power. But Marham has not agreed to anything. Even though he's smiling and being amenable, he hasn't agreed to anything.
Mhm.
One step
Also, Ninja, like, let's follow. We're gonna follow up too with trying to understand like why about the food, the investigation on the people that Oren sent to try to understand um, how the food, if they're actually trying to use it to create some disarray in the city.
Here's the thing, though. We may not need to do this entirely at Shala's feet. If we need to have Marham have a political issue, because otherwise he will not. I mean, the cult of personality of a populist will not go away. You have to attack them at the value set. And so, if Marham is shown to not be an ally of the people, not be an ally of the working class, by poisoning the gladiators, which we do have evidence for, even though he didn't actually do it, that might be something we need to do.
Well, I'm thinking of like if he is maltreating people in the city and keeping them under starvation just to create more uncomfort and
He's not.
some rebellion.
But he's not. We've established that already. You've tried that for about half an hour now, and
Well, I've asked him, but I want to know what your guys are going to be finding. And,
Let me explain it. So in Rom, there is famine, and this is
Right.
because there's low quality farmland, which Morg is trying to fix right now. But the soil is really bad. It's been depleted by bad farming habits. They're not doing crop rotation, they're just doing monocrop for a long time, and it's depleting the nutrients in the soil, and so there's not much nutrient quality to the food that they're growing here in Rom. But Morg is fixing that. Now, if you think about food, when there's less food available, the rich are going to get the best food. And then the middle class, the merchants, they're going to get not quite as good food. And then the lower caste, they're going to get the lowest quality food. So in a time of famine, that low quality food is going to be the lowest of the low. It's going to be straight up rotten and full of bugs. And so that might just be an effect of the economy in Rom and the
Precisely.
depletion of the soil. So it's stuff that you can work on, but it might not be something that you can blame on anybody, and it might not be something that can be fixed right away either.
not to say that should be already obvious, but
I know, but I wanted to make sure that there's nothing more nefarious.
well, the
As far
nefarious
as,
part-
well, the one thing is that he is giving better food that the rich class has access to people as a bribe so that they favor him more. The people love him because he's giving out handouts, but he's not giving it to everybody. He's giving it to people that he chooses who he wants to be on his side. So he's getting something out of it because his faction grows larger and he gets more Thieves Guild people when he is the benevolent noble that gives out food to the poor.
Well, maybe we can, maybe turn the poor on those people.
so that's what I was just saying before. How do you do that? I mean,
We just start spreading the word.
no, spreading the word doesn't do it. That's why, guys,
I
come on.
think so far, Ring Sight is actually doing the most because attacking him in his dreams for an entire week is having a considerable psychological effect on him. Even though he's putting on a front as a performer, as a charismatic leader and a populist, in his head, he's having all sorts of doubts because his dreams have been like racked with like guilt over how he's not doing enough for the people of Rom and how he's doing all these Machiavellian things when he could be more about fixing the problems in town. So that might have an influence, but it's slow and subtle. So maybe you want to do it for an additional week to have more of an impact from it.
All right.
And if you do another
do
week, then
love-
we could do another downtime carousing roll, because I do have a bunch of other rumors in town that we could play off of.
I do so love a good scheme.
Yeah, and we also have still have to find the leader of the elves as well.
Did my point earlier fall on deaf ears about the whole thing of using the Marham sealed poison? Did you guys hear what I was talking about with that?
I may have not.
I don't think that's a good idea because you just publicly divulged the information that it was Shiala's fault in front of Erdenmore and Marham. So they were both like, let's get those elves at that moment. So changing your story after the fact would not work, I don't think.
I understand.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, for Twitch, thanks for watching. Did we have any viewers? Ooh, look at this. We got Emma Dave 410. What's up? How you doing? Hope you enjoy streaming. Basically, I'm an artist. Blah blah blah. Yeah, that's. I mean, it looks
All right, into the pit with you. Thank you.
looks semi-real, but could be bought. I don't need art, thank you. I also am an artist, and I appreciate the hustle. Good luck, my friend. Good luck. All right, ending the stream there.
But
catch us next week.
I do want to acknowledge that this really is, and I talk about this with my daughter actually. This is really an art piece. I think about what you put together in this. It really is a craft, and you are an artist. Like you kick a button. Like, Iron GM type stuff. Have you seen that?
Nah, I haven't.
It's a thing from Gen Con. Like, you
Iron GM. I'll write it down.
like Iron Chef, but
Oh, okay. That's funny.
Oh.
Iron Chef.
well,
You're the Iron Chef
Yeah,
in D&D.
yeah, it's kind of a thing. This is a form of art, and it takes there's a lot of facets to it in storytelling and being in theatrics and the actual
All right.
storyboarding, plot lining. But anyway, I'll let you go.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. I felt like I didn't work on it as much this week as I could have because I've been really obsessed with that Windrose game. So fucking good.
Yeah.
Piracy on the high seas. I love it. But yeah, I put in a few hours of work each week, and it does seem to pay off. I feel like we're peaking. We're having some of the best games we've had.
Yeah, I've been really engaged. Very emotionally invested, as you can tell.
I like faction stuff. I like the politics. I didn't used to. I used to be all about the combat, but these days I think the political stuff is maybe more fun.
Have you guys ever done at like Gen Con or any other convention NSDM?
No.
No.
National Security Decision Making?
Nope.
Basically what they do is it's basically a bunch of history buffs and social studies teachers or whatever else, people who are into or maybe even lobbyists. But the point is these old dudes get around and it's like, okay, here's a scenario. It's Cold War. You over there, you're the Russian president. You're the when I played one time, I was the Secretary of Energy of Russia. There was somebody who was the American president, somebody represented the entire American Congress, somebody represented the entire judicial,
Okay.
like labor, whatever. Basically, and everyone got these different cards. Like, we had like 2 hours here are your goals and objectives. Um, my goal was to get this pipeline run through Germany or run through the Baltic Sea or something, and different things. And we're just there's no dice. You just talk. You just act. You have all this power. You're in the power position. What can you get to happen? And so they get different scenarios. Something like Vietnam War. Uh, whatever. One's like a doomsday scenario. But anyway, and it's just people trying to wheel and deal in a room, and you walk around, you've got these tags. So basically what I'm trying to say is that the past couple of weeks where we're trying to kind of pit these personalities, politics, philosophies against each other and get something that kind of sort of works, reminiscent of that.
Yeah, I've heard of that sort of thing. I have heard that the military does these sort of like think tanks where they'll run
Yes.
thought experiment games like that.
They absolutely do.
So there's like a 4chan green text where somebody is talking about one of those planning exercises where they had different people playing different factions, and they had like one guy who was playing like a warlord in Appalachia during like a Civil War breakup of the U.S. scenario, and apparently like all the military planners were completely like defeated by this like one warlord that just controlled Appalachia and just like dominated the entire game, and like the military couldn't stop him. None of the factions could stop him. He was just like unbeatable in the game, and it's just like a really funny green text that it's just like some redneck in the mountains was just able to completely stop everybody from doing anything. Hilarious.
And you know what? That's believable for
Yep.
real. Like, yeah.
They were just able to create a big bottleneck and block up all the roads and shut down all of the movement of supplies across the country, and it just ruined everybody's day.
Yeah, that guy has been having fantasy of like Civil War for years, or how to act if there was like an army of zombies that attacked the society.
I just think it's funny that like an Appalachian warlord is going to be like the most feared thing that the military worries about.
But we see that in all kinds of other avenues as well. You've got kind of like, I mean, shoot, look at Iran. They're way down on the in every kind of outright,
But they know
the force thing.
they know
Yeah.
their land.
Yeah, in force versus force in a stand-up army fight, it wouldn't even be a thing, but they're able to hold off much more overwhelming force because of asymmetrical warfare.
Well, controlling logistics is like really important. Like people underestimate the effect it has. If you can shut down major highways through an area so that you can't move supplies, it's over.
Yeah, you're right.
When do we get to hitting things with sticks?
Most don't realize how things are very interconnected and dependent on a very like fragile line of supplies.
I think people started to realize there was events like a major shipping lane, like a river got blocked up when a boat or a barge like
Really,
blocked
a
up.
major shipping lane got blocked, you say?
Not the Strait of Hormuz.
No, it's
Lo-
unblocked, but it's blocked, but maybe it's
No,
unblocked.
no,
you know.
this was-
Suez Canal you're talking about, the Suez Canal.
No, not even that. This was a river in the U.S. that is a major trade port, and a boat turned sideways against a bridge and crashed into it and blocked the river so that no shipping could pass through it, which actually slowed down shipping quite a bit because like that river is used to transport goods all the time. Anyway,
It wouldn't be the first time. Like you had the Silk Road, part of the history. That was the line for Mongolia to all of Europe.
Yeah.
Logistics like
they really matter.
society has always been a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys have a nice rest of the week.
Thank